Well, here we are again. What day is this anyways? How many days have we been working? Yeah, I don't know.
14.
8 or 9, 10.
No, 12, 13.
Something like that.
Tomorrow will be 14 days worth.
Last night, boy, we didn't get out of here till what, 9:30, 9:15? And why was that anyways?
Because we were busy trying to get all the rooms done. The carpet's coming today.
That's right. The carpet is coming today, so we've got everything all cleaned out, ready to go. In fact, the carpet guys are going to take the old carpet, and usually they'll do that. And we've got all the rooms already, all swept up, the floor scraped a little bit, and I even put these little blocks back down. These were loose from before, and I put some liquid nails underneath there, and those are for the bypass closet doors, where you put the little divider down there, the piece of trim. And I was a cutting in fool yesterday. I had to cut in all the ceilings. I cut in all the ceilings. Doesn't that look nice? First I cut in the ceiling, then I had to come back with other paint, and then I painted the wall up to the ceiling, because by the time I started cutting in the walls, all of the ceiling paint was dry, because I had 4 bedrooms to do. Okay, so I did all the ceilings first, cut in all the ceilings. Not too shabby, I might add. And I'm not a professional painter either. Okay, but after all the ceilings got done, then I came back with paint, and I cut in the top, I cut in the sides, I cut in all of the baseboard down here. I cut in around the trim of the door frames. I cut in the trim here, I cut in the windowsill down here, and the apron, cut in around the windows, cut in around all of the inside wall areas of the closets, painted all of these here and stuff, because before I only got everything with the mini roller first, so I had to get everything that I hadn't gotten from before. Okay, and then we even ran the vacuum. After we scraped up the floor, we ran the vacuum through here last night, and that way all the dust is off the floor, because when they install the pad, they take this glue and they run it around the edges. You can see it kind of zigzags around. That was the old glue marks. And then that kind of helps the pad stay in place until they bring the carpet in. And so when they get here, they're gonna check all the tack strip. There's a few pieces of tack strip that I noticed that were loose. And most of this tack strip was still in good shape, so I left it down, and they suggested leaving it down because it pops the concrete, and then they have to, where all the nails are, and then they have to provide and install new tack strip. Okay, so they only have to spot check it here and there, and then they'll come in here with their carpet pad, and then they'll come in with the carpet. And it's not really going to take them that long to do this. Lucky for them, I don't think there's any areas that are wider than 12 feet, so I don't think they're going to have any carpet seams whatsoever. And so they should be out of here in a flash. You know, they're supposed to be here, I forget exactly what time. 9 o'clock, I think. So we had to get up, we even got up early. We got here, we worked late last night, the latest we've ever worked, and we got up the earliest we ever gotten up to go get something to eat and get over here so that we're ready when the carpet guys get here. Okay, so today, what's my project today? I've got to cut in this ceiling up along here. You can see where it hasn't been cut in yet, and it's like that. It's like that all the way around on this white ceiling. And after that, then I have to cut in the walls. I have to cut in around the trim, the baseboard, and all of that stuff in this main room. And then I've got to come out here in the kitchen area, do around the kitchen cabinets, and all the door frames, and then I still have to cut in around in the pantry just because the paint matched pretty close. I mean, it wasn't the exact same stuff. If it was exactly the same color, I wouldn't necessarily have to actually cut in, depending on how old the paint is and that kind of thing. But I'm gonna have to cut in with the paintbrush all of the edges everywhere in there. That's gonna take a while because I want it to be right. Okay, I'm gonna pull the refrigerator out, paint around there, paint around the cabinets. I have to get up in there and paint in there. Got to get up, paint up around the chandelier. And see, on the ceiling fan, I took that cap down so I didn't have to paint around that. See that cap right there? That top cap slides up to the top and gets mounted with a couple screws up there. Okay, I like to try to take most things down off of the ceilings and stuff so that I can paint it with the roller around there. That way I don't have many edges to go around there, you know, with the roller. It's always nice when you're rolling, especially with semi-gloss or eggshell, satin finish, anything like that. It's nice to get everything all in one go. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do today. What's Momi gonna do? She's gonna clean cabinets today. She saw some scratches on different ones and she tried to fix them last night. She got some old English and at the store and she ran it around there, but it was getting kind of dark. So she's gonna look at cabinets today, and she wanted to put the electrical outlet cover plates back on today after the carpet guys left. And I said, no, I don't want you to do that because lots of these, well, some of these are loose. So I just have to tighten up the screws, the mounting screws on the outlets, make sure they're tight and snug. I also have to clean off. I have to look at every single one because inadvertently or whatever, there's always, I don't care how much masking tape you put on stuff, you're always going to get some on there. So I'm going to have to get down there with a little screwdriver and look at each one. Those look pretty good, but I went into another bedroom and saw that there's some paint. See there's some paint around the light switch, and this little edge right here is going to show when I put the cover plate back on. So I want to clean this kind of stuff off. And the other thing I didn't want to do is I don't want to put the cover plates on just yet because the paint is still, see there's some right there, see down there, that paint. The paint is still curing to a certain extent. See, there's some more right there. You know, I tried to be as careful as I could, and I'm glad I put the masking tape on because you hit one and slather it on there, and you know, they take a while to clean off and stuff. So with the paint still curing, see, look at that one, tag that, boom. With the paint still curing, you need to let this paint, especially if it's semi-gloss. If it's flat paint, I wouldn't worry about it. But with semi-gloss paint especially, or eggshell, or a satin finish, anything like that, you want to let this cure for 3 or 4 days or as long as you can before you put your cover plates on. Because if you paint one day and that evening or the next morning you put your cover plates back on, the paint is still drying, and if you suck those cover plates tight, the next time you get ready to pull those cover plates off, you're going to be like, what's the deal here? I didn't caulk those around there or anything. Well, it's going to be because the back side of your cover plate has pushed in to the paint. Okay, and that's the same thing for your strike plates and for your hinges. Now, Momi did a really good job when she was painting on here. She didn't get too much paint on here. I said, you know, I've seen some painters, they just kind of go right over this, or if you're not paying attention, you think, just go over that, you know, with your semi-gloss. Well, you do that, and usually what happens is this edge fills up and then you look back and you're going to see a run. And if you get any runs on here, then you've got to scrape it off, and then it's hard to just touch up a run. You know, if I had a run right there, what I would do is scrape it off, and then I would paint from here on down to the next hinge location, something like that, so that your eye doesn't see this little whoopsie right there. Oops, one more thing I did last night. I pulled the refrigerator out, painted all behind the refrigerator. Don't just skimp and not paint around the refrigerator and behind the refrigerator. I even painted this pantry area. That took me a while with the little mini roller, because I did the ceiling, I did the walls, I even did the back of this header from the back side, and then did all of the stuff, top and bottom edges on all of the cabinet, the pantry shelves and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, when you get ready to start painting, do the entire project. Don't just do what the areas that you can see. I even went up on top of there. There's a flat area up there, and it's sheetrock up on top of there, and I ended up painting all that too on the ledge up there, along the side here, back over in there. Nobody's ever going to see that, but it just seals it, and it makes it a little bit cleaner, okay? So go the extra mile when you're painting.